In many ways, God's Smuggler was one of the books that inspired me just to live for God 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 24/7. And to realize that following Jesus is the greatest adventure of your life. I was in a lovely church, but I must admit, I thought, if growing up and being a Christian just means the rest of my life I have to wear a salmon pink round neck sweater, drive a Volvo and smile continually and be nicer than Jesus, it's really boring. And then I read God's Smuggler and thought, there's a big world out there. There are enemies of God out there. It can be riot and revival. It can be praise and prison cells. And God, you can have me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This book isn't just about open doors. It's about discipleship. It's about the greatness of the Church of Jesus Christ. It's about the fact that God answers prayer. Miracles happen. The truth is that all Christians have stories of answered prayer. You don't just have to read, God's Smuggler and talk to Brother Andrew to find out God answers prayer. If you sit with any group of people anywhere in the world who are followers of Jesus and say, who here has got a story of an answered prayer? Pretty much everyone will have at least one. It's important we share them. It's important we record them. Often when you're asked to share stories of answered prayer, you blank and you think, has God done anything at all? And then when you sit down and you remember and celebrate, that's the power of celebrating 60 years. That's the power of stories like God's Smuggler. It is the act of capturing what God has done and declaring to generations, He's faithful, He's alive, He's on the move, He hears our prayers, He loves us, He's more powerful than any problem you're facing. I've never regretted a single yes that I made to God. He has always been faithful and He can be trusted. I've often regretted the times I said no to opportunities that God was bringing my way. We live in a generation, it's called the FOMO generation, right? The fear of missing out. The way you can guarantee that you will miss out in life is if you fail to say yes to the things God brings along. It may be scary to say yes to God when He asks you to take a stand for Him or go on a mission team or speak up for Him or whatever. But far scarier is the idea that you don't say yes to the one who has the perfect plan for your life. So let's live a little, let's take a few risks, let's get a little bit dangerous, let's live the adventure, let's move from survival to revival. Let's begin to imagine that following Jesus could be the most dynamic, most dangerous, most wonderful, most exciting, most terrifying, most fulfilling way you can possibly live. Say yes to Jesus.